Hey sis. So ever since I've been woke today, I woke up around 4:30 this morning. Before my alarm went off, so clear I knew it was God because He woke me right up. Until I wasn't tired, I wasn't nothing. He just woke me right up out of a dream. I was dreaming that I was at a deli and I was getting a sandwich. And He woke me right up before I was able to get my sandwich. But I was starting to put on gospel music. I got up and I said my prayers, read my Bible app, and wrote in my prayer journal like I always do. When I come out into my living room and I sit in the chair right in front of the window, I kind of open the window a little bit so I can look out. It's still dark and it's just so quiet and it's just so peaceful. And as I was going about my day, ran some errands, went to Walmart, did a little grocery shopping, came back, and I'm watching a podcast with B. Simone, and they're talking about being in, what do you do when God is quiet and you're in that quiet season? And it made me remember and realize I felt like God had me in a quiet season for 8 years. And the young lady on the podcast, I hate that I don't remember her name, but the young lady on the podcast that was on B. Simone's podcast, she said in that season, that's normally the test, right? When you feel like you don't hear from God, you're wondering, is He there? Did He leave you? You got all kind of things going through your mind. You're thinking about, what did I do wrong? God, do you hear me? I even used to say, I used to remember my dad told me, he said, it's going to be a point in time where God will turn deaf ears on you, because if you keep messing up on the same thing over and over and over, the same thing over and over, He's not going to leave you nor forsake you. But it's some things He's like, okay, you're not trying to learn that lesson, so He'll turn deaf ears. So I always would think, even from a child, He told me that when I was in high school. As an adult, I still would think, is this the season, Lord? Because I've been praying for the same thing over and over again. Now I don't even hear you anymore. So she used the example, like when you were in school and the teacher gives you a test. The teacher is quiet throughout that whole time that you're taking the test, because you guys then went over it. You probably quizzed on it. He gave you examples. He taught you how to take the test. And now it's at a point where it's time for quietness. And that is what God has been doing when you get in. That is what God is doing when you're in this silent season. No, He's not left. No, He has not left you, because if He left you, you'll be dead. If He didn't have no protection over you, the world would, would get you, would beat you down. And that's something that He will not allow to happen to His children. So He is quiet because He want to know, are you going to continue to praise Him and worship Him when in this season? In the season that I'm not giving you anything, when you pray for money and I'll be blessing you, but now I'm not. I'm quiet, you don't hear me. That doesn't mean I'm not here, but you just don't hear me. And I'm not giving you something. Are you still going to love me? Are you still going to honor me? Are you still going to praise me? And are you still going to do right by this situation that you've been praying about, without the fact that you don't get confirmation or word from me? Are you still going to walk that path? I remember for 8 years, I prayed and prayed for God to bless me with my own home. And I felt like God was not hearing me. I felt like God was not hearing me because, one, I'm talking to you and you ain't saying nothing, and ain't nothing happening. And then when I actually started doing things to get prepared for me to live, I feel like that's when God starts saying, okay, you're getting it. And then I also come into the point where because I had so many evictions, I lost a lot of homes. He's blessed me with houses and homes and whatever, but I was not a good steward of what God had blessed me with. So he needed to go, he needed me to learn my lesson, basically. But I do remember that I never stopped praying. I never stopped writing in my journal. I never cursed God. I continued to research things in my mind. I was learning how to make sure I paid my bills on time. I was learning how to manage money. I was learning how to do things that would show God, I know I can handle this. I will pass this test. And even in his silence, and how it seems like I was blessed with this home. People just like, girl, you just moved, you grown, you're supposed to just move. No, this was a real journey that God had to put me on. And I'm so grateful and so blessed that I passed the test. But it don't end here, because there's gonna be some more seasons where God is gonna go quiet, and he's gonna wanna know, okay, yes, I got you to this level. Let's see if you, because you know every time you pass the test, you go to another level. So now I'm in a space where I'm back on Super Mario Brothers. I'm on level 2. And I gotta go through what I need to go through to get to the next level, because my next level is home ownership, right? And I know that I'm gonna get to that faster because I've learned a lot more in the last test. So I know a little bit more than I knew from taking that test. And I know to continue to keep going, because when God is silent, that does not mean he's not there. That does not mean he's not listening. This does not mean he still was downloading things into me. He still was directing people into my path to teach me, to educate me. Whatever I prayed for, he will always send it. I just wasn't hearing from him. And then slowly and steadily, he started talking, and I started hearing. I started hearing that little small, still voice. And I'm so grateful that I didn't stop praying. I didn't curse God. I didn't give up. I just continued to have faith, even though my trust was rocky, because it'll really test your trust. That trust got its own section on the test itself. And I passed it enough to move, but I need to, like I did an average C, I need to get to an A, okay? And I just wanted to share that story with you about being in silence. Gave me the silent treatment for 8 years. But I still love him, and I'm gonna stick beside him. Season, have you been in a season where it felt like God was quiet? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this message, please like, subscribe, and share. And if you would like to sow a seed into me in this message, I'm going to leave my Cash App below, and I'm also going to leave my link to my housewarming gift if you want to bless me with a housewarming gift. And also, I also have my books and my new book that just hit Amazon. Hey sis, let me talk to you. 5 steps to manifest the life of your dreams. Okay? So I love you all. I love you, love you, love you. And I will see you soon. Bye.